Time for Ask Harry. We've been asking you to send in your Twitter questions all week, and we had thousands, Harry. So let's start. Jamie Willow says, you've managed some great players, but who would you say are the best three you've managed?
Oh, it's a difficult one. Well, Gareth Bale would have to be there, wouldn't he? Luka Modric was an incredible footballer. Difficult after that, isn't it?
Joe, Rio third now?
Joe, Rio, Frank. Great player. Very difficult one.
Yeah.
Will T has asked, Harry, what's better, Nico Cranchar or Jam?
I always get lumbered with Nico. I don't know. I think I signed Jermaine Defoe more than Nico, did I? I'm Crouchy, but I did like Nico. He was a good footballer.
Better than Jam Roly-Poly?
No, not better than Jam Roly-Poly.
Vince says, his Spurs side, so your Spurs side, Harry, were a decent team. I think they were better than decent. In my opinion, only a couple of players away from challenging for the league. Who would you have liked to have signed to take that side to the next level?
At that time, well, we were trying to get a couple of players in when we were sitting second at Christmas time and really going well.
What kind of who?
We was after Tevez at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was, we could have. But I ended up having to take a couple of free transfers. We didn't want to spend any money, and I took Louis Saha, who had been a great player at Man United. But, Louis was sort of coming to the end, and Ryan Nelson,
Ryan Nelson,
what a good centre-half he was, in his day. But they weren't at the top of my shopping list, but they were both free transfers.
How do you think your Spurs team would have gotten against the current team?
Been a good game, Chris. I think we'd have given him a game for sure. I mean, when you think Harry Kane was there, I gave Harry his debut. He played in Europe that year for me before I left. Danny Rose was emerging getting into the team. Kyle Walker was right back. Ledley King was as good as any centre half I've ever seen.
I think your team would have beaten them.
Ledley King was incredible.
Yeah.
Gareth Bale, Modric, Van der Vaart. There were a lot of good players there. It would have been a good game.
So Simon John says, what did you learn in the jungle that now you would have taken into football management?
Into my football management, maybe smile a bit, laugh a bit more. I think you become a miserable git when you get in football management, Rob. I think the longer you're in it, and Saturday nights you get miserable, didn't you? But I just had a good laugh in there. But
did you prefer the snakes in the jungle?
It's a toss-up. Got one or two in football I could.
So Dan says, what is the best Premier League side you've ever seen?
Well, that's difficult. Man United was a great team, wasn't it? When you look back at the Man United team, a great balance they had. Andy playing there with Dwight York, Teddy Sheringham up front. Beckham, Giggs, amazing Scholes. Great player Scholes. He won. Yeah. Roy Keane, Rio, Vidic, whoever. Stamp. I mean, that was a great team. The Arsenal were a great team as well, weren't they? Thierry Henry, Tony Adams' team. Incredible.
Stephen Cairns asked, do you regret not getting the England job, not having that opportunity?
I would love to have done it, Chrissy, at the time. It was something that it did look like for sure that I had the job. I mean, it was almost cut and dried, it seemed, but then I didn't get it. But that's life, isn't it? I've been lucky. I've made some good teams and been very fortunate. There's a lot of cleverer guys about them who haven't had the opportunities I've had.
Is that your biggest regret?
Yeah, it would be, yeah. I would love to have done it, Chris, at the time, But looking back, if I'd have been manager and we got beat by Iceland, maybe it wouldn't have been a good idea.
Scotty says, who was the most difficult player to manage in your career?
Difficult, but one of the best players I ever worked with was Di Canio. But he was difficult, Paolo. He was such a perfectionist and very highly strung, everything had to be perfect, so every day was a tester with Paolo, but when he came to playing, I mean, he was an absolute, I thought he was an incredible footballer.
Liam Brett, this is a long, drawn-out one. Did Harry ever see the lad that he brought on from the stands against Oxford again? He said he bagged a goal and was better than Chapman in the day.
I know. They tell me they're actually making a film about him. Oh. Yeah, someone told me the other day about the guy who got pulled out the crowd.
So what happened, people who
played for the Premier League? Well, he came on and scored. He was just a punter, shouting at me all through the game, non-stop. Harry Redknapp, when we're going to get a decent strike with his club? He had tattoos, West Ham all over him, West Ham earrings up his legs. So second half started, we got an injury. I'd already used all the subs. It was a friendly pre-season friend. I went, oi, big mouth. I said, can you play as good as you talk? He went, yeah, I'm better than that Chapman. I said, well, get your gear on, we'll find out. And he came on and scored. But when we came down the touchline, he had feet like that, right? So he came down, so the bloke came down from the public address system, the assistant. He said to me, Harry, who's the sub? We haven't got him on the team sheet. I went, who's the sub? I said, haven't you been watching the World Cup, Chichi Shaev, the Bulgarian striker? He went, I thought it was him. So he came on and he scored. And,
Well, Harry, fantastic talking to you once again. Oh, you got one more. One more. Time for one more. Ian Ward says, have you spoken to your nephew Frank about Spygate with Marco Bielsa?
Yeah. Frank was upset about it. He thought he was out of order. You know, he was very disappointed with what went on. He wasn't happy about it at all.
I've got to say, on Frank, what a job he's doing.
Yeah, he's going well.
The Saints.
Going well. Yeah, he's, Chelsea manager in years to come, and I'm sure I'll be very surprised if he wasn't.
There you go, Chelsea manager in years to come, Jules. Harry said.